So, the most recent chapter of My Hero Academia Vigilantes has officially released, and let's just say that this chapter was nothing but straight lightning. Meaning that it was fast and quick, and I kind of wish we had a little bit more. And we'll talk a little bit more about that right after this. Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Manga Andrew, and I'm here to do my review of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, manga chapter 133, titled Ultimate Villain. And we actually started the chapter off with a very good cover page of Koichi with number 6's lightning right across his chest. Yeah, it's a very cool image. Unfortunately, it's not in color, but it's a very cool image. And now, when it comes to the actual chapter, not a whole lot happened in this chapter. There was a lot of cool fight scenes and a lot of cool moments, but overall, it's what we kind of been seeing over the past few fights, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's still something that we've seen over again, just this time with a little bit more cooler action in it. We'll get right into what the action was and what the bulk of this chapter is. And before we do that, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't done so, to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I talk about My Hero Academia, Vigilantes, manga reviews, spoilers, discussions, all that cool stuff. So if that's something that you're interested in, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And without the way, let's get right into the review proper. And as I said in the first part of this review, in the intro, most of this chapter is covering the fight once again between Koichi and number 6. We actually don't start off the chapter immediately after number 6 blows himself up, but we do get sort of like a recap of what number 6 thinks of Koichi and what his goal was. His goal is basically to replace and be the new high-speed hero O'Clock and to be one of the greatest heroes in a sense, and he realizes that he couldn't be the number 1 hero in comparison to All Might, but he thought that he would be able to at least achieve his goal of achieving the state of being the next high-speed hero O'Clock. But then he realizes that that was something that couldn't happen because of Koichi. He calls Koichi a pest, as we get this one page of pretty much the insanity that is number 6, as he's just ranting how Koichi Harara is the ultimate villain who stands opposed to his existence. And we do get to see the text in this type of distorted look. It doesn't look the best when you're reading it, but I think it's very apt for number 6 as a character, because if anything, it just fully like incorporates who he is. The fact that he's crazy, he's manic, like he views Koichi in this distorted state. It just fits well, even though it doesn't look the most appealing. It just fits for number 6's character. And talking about fitting into number 6's character, this is where we get more into what we saw last chapter with number 6 blowing himself up. Koichi makes a reference to the fact that he blew himself up, but what actually is happening is that he's going through a different transformation. He's basically a big ball of plasma, as we get the reveal a little bit later on that this is his new number 6 lightning style, and he looks really terrifying. He's covered in like lightning plasma, and it's later explained that this is due to the bomber cells and that they had greater potential. But yeah, he's just in this lightning plasma state. He looks very terrifying. You see his skull, you pretty much see his entire skeleton. Like, for the most part, his skin is translucent, and it just looks amazing. The only thing that I will say is that immediately after we see this, we do go immediately into him attacking Koichi. It's very unclear what is happening in this specific scene. Later on, we see that number 6 is able to fire off parts of his body and aim them at Koichi, and Koichi eventually launches his Shurigo blam 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 to deflect them and cause them to explode. But within this first scene, it's a little bit confusing. The action, the art looks good. It's just you can't really tell exactly what's going on, which was an issue for me when I was reading it. But most likely what's happening in the scene is that you have number 6 just darting around the screen. Either that, or you have Koichi firing his Shurigo blams at him, but then you just have number 6 being able to block them with explosions that are sending Koichi back. It's a lot of cool action, but you can't really tell what's going on. And then from there, we cut once again over to the quote-unquote vestige image of All for One, of O'Clock, it's All for One, and he's thinking about how all of this is happening and how when it comes to the combustion quirk, the bomber quirk, this is where we get the reveal of number 6 lightning style. He pretty much explains like, wow, I didn't know the bomber cells had this much potential. And when it comes to number 6, like, you want to follow the path of the hero, and you're able to rage and get to your maximum potential. This is great. You were the best guinea pig I could have ever asked for, so you know, you're free. I can't really control you anymore, but hey, this was a great test. That's pretty much what All for One says, as we see that once again we get more into the action. We see number 6 firing off his fingers and having them sort of track Koichi and be missiles. Koichi is able to defend them, but he still somewhat takes damage, most likely from the blowback of the explosions. But then we see number 6 firing off all of them off of his fingers. He's literally firing his fingertips like they are missiles, and Koichi is using his Shooty Go Blam to try and defend them and try to defend himself, causing them to explode. But unfortunately, he comes to a realization that he cannot shoot them all down. And weirdly enough, we are towards the end of the chapter, where we cut back over to the crew that was in the bar. I cannot remember all of their names, but you have Miu being chased by her sister, as well as the girls, the triplets. Everyone from the bar is just chasing after Miu. They're saying that, hey, it's dangerous. We need to go back. Let's go back. We'll be safe there. But you have Miu's like, no, I can't. Like, Koichi's under attack. Something's going wrong. We cannot just stand there and do nothing. What if Pop wakes up and Koichi's gone? We have to try and help in some way or another. And as Miu is saying this and her sister is dragging them back, they decide to take a look up into the sky, and all they see are just big booming lights of explosions as the chapter ends, showing that this battle is actually getting real intense, to the point where now we're going to be involving all of the side characters into the main plot. So overall, I think this was just a okay chapter of Vigilantes. We got a lot of cool action. Some of it was confusing, but that's fine. The artwork was very good in a lot of places. Just getting to see number 6's skeleton covered in lightning, that just aesthetically just looks awesome. I can't deny that, but overall it's something that we've sort of kind of seen before. The only difference is I would say this is probably like the best action that we've seen throughout the entire fight for the most part, and just having that last panel of just all the explosions lighting up the air, lighting up the sky, being more brighter than the stars themselves. That's just a cool panel, as well as getting to get this crew that we've seen throughout the entire story is most likely going to get a little bit more involved in this fight. Maybe they're going to use their quirks illegally. Maybe they're going to find a way to distract number 6 to a point where Koichi is able to attack, because we also have to remember Koichi can't really use Shooty Go Blam on him because he can't really attack people. Maybe they'll give him a speech that allows him to finally gain the courage to attack. They may say, oh, by the way, Koichi, Pop Step said that if you're ever in danger against the lightning villain, yeah, you can use Shooty Go Blam on him, so you're good. So they may do something like that. Some encouragement for Koichi to finally take down number 6. We just don't know. Hopefully we can sort of wrap this up a little bit sooner, because frankly, this is pretty much the end game. For as long as this battle is going to go, for as long as this battle has been going on, this is pretty much like towards the end of Vigilantes. So we're most likely going to come to an end very soon. I can't wait for that to happen. Like I said, overall, really good chapter, okay chapter, a lot of cool action. Dialogue wasn't really the best, but I still enjoyed it. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about this chapter. Hopefully you enjoyed this chapter. Did you enjoy it? Leave a comment down below telling me how you felt about this chapter. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that notification bell to be notified for whenever I upload more content like this. Do all that cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye!